All right, we're here live on Facebook in the group Austin Wellness Collaborative and on Zoom with I'm Ashley Maltz. I'm an integrative medicine physician in Austin and Houston who founded the Austin Wellness Collaborative, and through that came to meet and learn about Lily Cabrera, who is from New York more recently, and who has a really cool, interesting career path that has landed her with a new project, a new beginning called Wellmarkt. And she is going to tell us all about it, give us, guide us through it.
I'm a New Yorker originally. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, college in New Hampshire. My undergraduate degree is from Dartmouth. I started out as a pre-med major, actually, and then I switched to humanities. I became fascinated by human psychology, anthropology, sociology, philosophy. So I studied that space in depth, but when I graduated from college, I always retained this passion and this curiosity and interest in medicine and healthcare. So most of my career, 20 plus years, has been in academic medicine and healthcare delivery systems. As an institutional fundraiser. So supporting physician leaders, physician investigators on large scale team-based science grants and population health focused grants. So coming to Austin, it's coming up on 3 years. I took a position at UT Austin where I was overseeing health and policy across the different colleges, schools, and units, and really got interested in the unique ecosystem that exists in Austin. The fact that wellness is more at the forefront, it's more part of the culture of the city. And wanting to explore different ways that people get and stay healthy. Understanding that with the social determinants of health research that came out in the past decade, only 20% of our outcomes are really related to clinical care. The rest are diet, lifestyle, behaviors, and wanting to really support people in living their healthiest lives possible. So coming from this more science interest background and then sort of marrying that with philosophy, I did my yoga teacher training, and I also went through the coactive coaching core curriculum. So I'm a trained executive coach that brought in different somatic training experiences, sort of combining different elements of how you work with people, not going into psychology or therapeutic practice, obviously, but just supporting people in making lifestyle changes and stress management. And I am rounding out my second year towards my Ayurvedic practitioner certification. So that's also another exciting development. And that's what brought me to Austin Wellness Collaborative. So wanting to connect with like-minded people who believe in wellness modalities and how that's supportive of human health. And met Ashley and was quite taken with Ashley's leadership and her passion for bringing people together and everything that she's built with Austin Wellness Collaborative. That takes me to our startup, Wellmarkt. So sort of that circuitous route looping back around, I swear it has a logistical bend to it. So my husband is actually my technical co-founder. We decided to launch a company together. He has experience as a senior software engineer. He is well-versed in machine learning, distributed systems, and I'm kind of the business idea person. After doing my religion degree, I actually got an MBA, so I'm business side of the house. And we said, wouldn't it be great to create something that would be like a ZocDoc for holistic health and wellness? So we started down this path well over a year and a half ago. And fast forward to today, we've had some pivots and some tweaks. We just came out of the the Div Inc. Accelerator that is in the Notley family, also a partner of Capital Factory. So we went through a 3-month intense boot camp on developing our startup, bringing our product to market, and we're at beta now. So bringing this session to the Austin Wellness Collaborative community, what we really want to be able to do is to highlight some of the features that we've built, highlight how we're going to be working with corporate wellness programs, and look at our unique value proposition for healthcare and human services. So caring for the people that care for others, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic, and invite people to our private beta trial to test out our application. There will be some bugs and snags, and the private beta is going to be free. So we want to have people provide thoughtful feedback about how we can improve the application, what they would like to see in boosting their client and patient acquisition. Should also mention that Ashley serves on our board of advisors. So Ashley has been a wonderful guiding positive force in helping us bring our problem solution fit forward.
I found it a really unique platform so far to really highlight what's going on in health and wellness. And this is not just the future is not just in Austin. There is, this could be anywhere. So that's really exciting as well.
We are a dual-sided marketplace. Essentially, we're bringing together, on one hand, coaches and wellness providers. And when I say coaches, I am talking about professional certified coaches who have gone through coach training and are credentialed by the International Coach Federation, because we are primarily looking at a corporate market, and the credential is generally required in those spaces. And on the other hand, health and wellness providers, so holistic health and wellness providers, that runs the gamut from your integrative physicians to chiropractors, yoga teachers, yoga therapists, Ayurvedic practitioners, wellness coaches that are outside of the leadership and team and individual corporate coaching space, nutritionists, functional medicine docs. And on the other side of the marketplace, so that is the supply side. On the other side is the demand side, and that's going to be corporate wellness programs. So we are exploring B2B sales with specific companies in specific sectors. One of the sectors that we're exploring very heavily right now is healthcare, because of the burnout crisis in healthcare, and because of the fact that in a way, coaching can make it more, coaching and also other wellness, holistic health and wellness modalities can make it more accessible for physicians to access support they need. Whereas at times the mental health access is still stigmatized in those spaces due to the fear of losing a license and just the pace that everyone keeps. So we're looking to expand different ways to support physicians and healthcare workers. And we're also looking at more traditional companies and sectors. I'm onboarding a co-founder currently who developed the leadership program at Doctors Without Borders, but beyond that, she also has Fortune 500 companies as clients. So Intel, HSBC, we're looking to really get in with benefits brokers and with employee wellness programs in specific companies. On the demand side, specifically for healthcare and human services. So as part of our pilot trial rollout, we've been focusing on those sectors due to the burnout crisis. And some of this was actually, well, the majority of it was formed as a result of early customer discovery interviews that I was doing. Health counselors, I thought, well, mental health counselors, psychologists, they would be perhaps the first to sign up for a digital marketing platform. That's what we were 6 months ago. But I was finding that they were not having as much trouble with keeping their client caseloads full, that they were still receiving referrals, and that into COVID-19, they were still actually able to switch over many of their clients to telecounseling. So what I was seeing from this population was that they were feeling emotionally and physically exhausted. So with mental health counselors, psychologists, they experience burnout at a rate of approximately 50%, one of the highest. Physicians are at that rate and sometimes higher, depending on where you're practicing. And it opened my eyes to the idea of, well, how do you expand health and wellness, well, more so wellness offerings to those that care for others, especially during a period of crisis. We have a health pandemic and also a racist pandemic that's happening in our country. So how are we supporting people who are doing hard work on the ground every day with enormous stressors? And I saw a path forward to engaging coaches around this work. The first um, article is coming out in the Journal of the American Medical Association in August that links coaching as a modality, as a way of reducing burnout by 25% in physicians. So that's something we wanted to bring forward, especially since many are not accessing therapy. They're not accessing EAPs beyond maybe an emergency session, and that doesn't really offer continuity. We want to offer continuity and a continuum of care that people can access different healing modalities in a way that speaks to them. And that could be yoga, that could be meditation, that could be coaching, that could be also therapy. We have an intensive legally reviewed privacy policy on our site, so we are able to effectively serve all of those types of providers. And we want to bring them together in one place for people to find and connect with.
That's wonderful. So now, do we get to test drive it a little bit and see what the site looks like and all that?
Well, what we're actually going to do, as I mentioned, my husband is my CTO, and we're at the MVP stage. So we
Great.
are just about ready to hit deploy,
MVP.
a minimal viable product.
Okay.
Yes, but we do have styling and we do have analytics and we do have social tools and single sign-on. So we have a lot of cool stuff, but for today, I'm not going to be doing a demo during the Zoom. But what I'm going to be doing is for everyone who participated and everyone who expresses interest after seeing the recording on the AWC Facebook group or on your YouTube channel, I'm going to be sending out an email that has follow-up instructions about how to sign up for our free private beta. And that will also include some screenshots from the site and full instructions about how to register for a profile. What I did want to cover today is a little bit, and I'd love for people to ask questions about this or provide suggestions, anything they might think of, is a run through of some of the features that we are offering in our site. So it is a web mobilized, a mobile first web application. So what that means is we are a website, but we are created in a way that if you pull us up on your tablet or on your phone, it's optimized for mobile. It means we're not offering this as an app. We look to offer it as an app down the road to create a suite of tools, but right now we're a web application. So we offer an attractive online profile with video capabilities, content marketing through blog tools with SEO boosting properties and powers. We offer online scheduling. So clients can find you through our site and they can actually ping you for appointments. You can enter your available slots, functioning similar to, say, a ZocDoc, but at a much, much lower price for wellness providers. We offer in-platform networking. So for example, Ashley and I, we know one another, we're connected. Similar to LinkedIn, if you were to land on my LinkedIn profile, you would see, oh, Lily, my Ayurvedic practitioner, my yoga teacher, she knows a great integrative physician. I should reach out to that person. So it sort of takes word of mouth and referrals online in a nice feature. We also offer analytics and social tools. And when providers list with us, they have the opportunity to be promoted across our social media channels. So we do that digital marketing for you. I regularly interview coaches and providers for our YouTube channel. That content's posted to the wellmarkt blog. We also do written blogs. We have the opportunity to post podcasts, and we can promote you in tandem with AWC across social media channels, just boosting the reach. And we're also building out a volunteer bank for social impact causes. And this is a core pillar of what we're building. We are planning to become a public benefit corporation, which means that we are looking to give back socially and measuring our social impact. So what we want to be able to do is to create a bank for providers who want to be able to volunteer with nonprofits in the community, or for example, during COVID-19, if you say, hey, I'd like to offer maybe 5 hours this month to provide services for healthcare workers who are on the front lines, we can optimize that for you. So that's kind of the scope of what we're currently built to do. In a way, it can replace your heavy duty obligations to maintain your own website. So we understand that coaches and wellness providers want to spend more time with their patients and clients. So we're trying to bring that forward in a cost-effective way.
I love it. I love that volunteer and public benefit company part.
Our revenue model is based on subscriptions at a very low rate for wellness providers. After a generous free trial, we're offering actually a 3-month free trial. We're going to have a monthly subscription of $22 a month, which is super cheap. But most of our revenue is going to be obtained from partnering with employee wellness programs. So they will pay also a subscription fee for being able to access our software. We offer, and I'm not focusing on that for this particular call because it's more of an informational session for health and wellness providers, but just to satisfy your curiosity, we offer different tools for employee wellness programs. So they're able to actually create coaching courses through our site for their employees. Both team and individual coaching sessions have dedicated space for their companies. We have a sophisticated search. So for example, the employees through their wellness program would be able to search for holistic health and wellness providers that are particularly in their area. And we're looking to also convert some of those employee wellness allowances into tokens to be then distributed to wellness providers on our site when the employees book, increasing the way companies can actually measure engagement with their wellness plans. So there are a suite of features and tools on the demand side as well, but I was focusing on those on the supply side for people who are interested.
I am a 21-day sugar detox coach, and that's one thing that I've been thinking about. And then with the quarantine, like I was just thinking about taking the 21-day sugar detox out of my like nutritional therapy practice so much and doing more of a corporate wellness, more of an introduction to a whole food way of eating, and also introducing the like non-dogmatic, non-diet culture way of like getting people in touch with how their body responds to food. And so I'm currently the only 21-day sugar detox coach in Austin, and it sounds to me like it might be a great opportunity to get that known, because other than like going door to door and really making that personal contact, that knowing what companies are actually interested in providing something like that for their employees, or making that an option for their employees, is really challenging. So you really see the benefit of being able to go like, hey, I'm here, and for those who are interested in it to know that I'm here,
Yeah.
and then would that look like, possibly providing like a special rate to your subscribers and things like that. And I know how that all works.
Yeah, so how that would actually work on our side, and I think that would be a really great fit for you to explore a whole food way of eating and how your body feels, how it reacts to food for the corporate space. Something that I think would be novel about our platform, as I mentioned, we do have social tools and single sign-on, so you can actually log into Wellmarket with your Facebook login or your LinkedIn login or your Google login. And that gives people the opportunity to easily share things from the system. So, for example, if I am at Dell and I hear about your program and I know 5 of my other friends who work at the company have been talking about like afternoon slumps and food cravings and wanting to not go for that afternoon donut or cookie. And I'm like, oh, well, I found this coach through Wellmarket. Our company subscribes with this, and maybe I'll create a little group and we can all connect and we can all learn and share and congratulate each other and grow together and working with the same program, the same coach. So I think it creates a really fun network effect. And that's something that we want to test. We haven't yet tested it, but we have tools built out to do stuff like that. And to answer the second question about how it will work on the promotional side, on the pricing side, something that I didn't yet mention with Jason's question about some of our pricing model, and this is all things that we're going to test in pilot, is the fact that we will also be taking as a marketplace, taking a transaction commission from some of the sales through our site. So if you're offering a package program to a corporation, there would be a percentage of that would go to Wellmarket. You would pay $22 a month to list as a provider, connect with people independently. But if you had a package sale, then a small amount of that would go towards our price as a revenue line. But we're not doing that with, for example, we can't do that with integrative medicine. We can't do that with therapists. So the commission-based model is applied to coaches and a few different other types of providers where
So
it's really appropriate.
be the same for like, because I have different services. Like I'm also working on my intuitive eating certification, and then I do one-on-one, which is more in depth. And so is it something that varies by provider or varies by product?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It would vary by product and vary by provider. For example, if you have a very experienced, high-powered executive coach that's offering leadership coaching to a team at Dell Medical School, they would be charging at a certain rate. So our commission would be a percentage of that rate. However, if you have a nutritionist who's offering a package deal to a company and the level of experience is reduced and the profit is overall profit is smaller, we'd have to scale based on what would be reasonable for those types of providers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, having worked in a very well-funded employee health clinic, like I'll say it was a primary care clinic for employees of a very well-funded company.
Ashley, just say it was Apple. It was Apple.
Okay, I actually worked at 2 different companies.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's one company that runs the clinics, and they have multiple services. They do have EAP. They have physical therapy. They've got nutritionists. I am curious how that. I mean, that's not the majority of companies in the U.S., but I am curious how Wellmarket like piggybacks or can expand their options and things like that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think that a unique differentiator is the fact that we're trying to bring together coaching, leadership, and wellness all in one place. So having that element of self-actualization, accountability, goal setting as a um, comprehensive way of supporting someone's healthful behavioral change. And that also includes multiple dimensions of wellness. So also looking at social wellness and occupational wellness in addition to your physical health. I think that's a unique piece of what we offer, and giving people the opportunity to sort of plug and play different wellness modalities in a way that works for them. I think something else that is unique is the fact that we are built as an online tool. So it would be supplemental to anything that you could access when and if people are going back to their companies, their actual physical offices. I think as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, we can see that business will continue to change. A lot of companies have already announced that working from home is going to be a continued thing, at least for a part of their workforce. So having different wellness modalities that you can access online, you can meet with a coach over Zoom, you could meet with your therapists over, a HIPAA compliant way of communicating once the regulations go back to what they were after the crisis. You can do yoga online. So just having a different paradigm in the way that we meet people where they are, and also educate people. I think another thing that's cool about our site is the fact that we are building out a learning library that's powered by the thought leadership of the coaches and wellness providers on our site. So as I mentioned, you get blogging tools. What that means is that you can create content. You can create videos to post that are featured and then promoted through our channels. You can create articles. You can share your Instagram pictures and little how-tos, and it creates this very rich library for people to access and learn. Maybe not everybody knows what functional medicine is and who's a functional medicine provider in their area. Not everyone knows how acupuncture works or how it could help them with a hormonal imbalance. But we're creating a way to bring everything together so people can search and learn and connect.
You can always reach out to Lily herself. Where can people find you? Should you have more questions?
It's really easy. It's Lily at wellmarket.com, and it's WELLMARKT. And I'll also put it in the chat.
Yes. So Lily, tell us about the beta and how that's going to roll.
Sure. So as I mentioned, for everyone who participated today and everyone who follows up with interest depending on the YouTube recording and in the Facebook group, I'm happy to add you to our mailing list, and I'm going to be sending out an additional email that outlines how to register and create an account on wellmarket.com. We're actually going to be deploying a beta site. So it's going to be, once it launches, beta.wellmarket.com. And it will have a lot of the features in functional mode. What we'd love for people to do is to get into the system, create their account, either with their LinkedIn sign-on or Google or Facebook, or from email and password like the old times. And get in there and populate your profile. So upload a headshot, have your brief bio put in, and also outline your credentials, your areas of specialty. All of this powers our sophisticated search. We have an instantaneous, very powerful search tool built on Elasticsearch. So we want to get those profiles populated and get in there and play around with the tools, see what works for you, what doesn't. We're going to be looking at getting our pilots up and running. This is all in process. We're in communication with a couple of healthcare systems and a couple of companies. So when that happens over the next couple of months, we want to actually be able to get some feedback on how it's working for you, how it's working and connecting with clients, and what you like about it, what areas for improvement we have, and we can grow together.
Yay, it's all really exciting. I see it as another tool to get the word out about what people are doing in their communities. And I'm excited to partner with you on it.
Yeah, me too. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much, Ashley.
You're welcome. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. And if you have more questions, reach out to Lily. And she's on Facebook as well. And she's responsive there. So yeah, you guys have a great day. And we'll talk soon, hopefully.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.